Okay, let's get into your reading, Sagittarius. Your next 72 hours have me shocked. Okay, so let me tell you something. This is a very powerful time. You're going to see a lot of signs, but it is also gearing you up towards understanding that your life is getting so much better. You are entering your winning era, and not only that, the worst is over and justice is served and the tables have turned. And I want to sit with the phrase winning era for a second, okay? Because it's more than a nice slogan. An era isn't a moment, it's a whole season, a chapter with a different feeling running all the way through it. And what the cards are saying is that you're not just about to have one good day, you're crossing a threshold into a whole stretch of life that operates on different rules than the last one did. And the last era, okay, the one you're leaving, had its own rules too, didn't it? Effort in, not much back. Hope, then disappointment. Almost, but not quite. And you learn to brace because that's what that era taught you. But an era ending, okay, means those rules expire. The bracing you learned was survival gear for a season that's now closing, and you get to set it down because the era you're walking into doesn't run on almost anymore. Okay, everything is kicking off for you over the next 72 hours because you're going to see a lot of signs, a lot of synchronicities, and all of this is basically showing you and telling you that the next 72 hours are going to be so transformative and so powerful that you will be shocked. And I want to name why this is landing in your lap right now, okay, before we even get to the first sign. A message like this tends to reach a person a few days before something shifts, not after. It comes as a heads up, not a recap. So if you found this, okay, and something in your chest tightened a little when I said 72 hours, that's the timing lining up. You're being told in advance so that when the signs start, you recognize them instead of walking past them. Okay, so first and foremost, you're going to see a lot of ones. Okay, so the number one, a lot. You will see 1 to 1 or even 11 to 11. Okay, I am telling you, when you see these numbers, it is showing you that what you want is not so far out of reach. It is not a miracle. It is something that's just going to happen very effortlessly for you in this lifetime because it is destined for you. It is meant for you, and it is going to take place. And I want to explain why one specifically, okay? Because the number itself carries the meaning. 1 is the number of beginnings, the first step, the fresh start, the very front of something new. And when you start seeing it repeated, 1, 1, 11, 11, it's like the universe underlining the beginning so you can't miss it. And 11, 11 especially, okay, is often called the manifestation number. The moment the veil feels thin and what you focus on lands with extra power. So if you catch it on a clock, a receipt, a license plate over the next few days, treat it as a green light, a little cosmic confirmation that you're standing right at the start line of something meant for you. Okay, so if you are seeing this, let me tell you something. It is so, so, so powerful. It is so, so significant because your manifestations, your goals, and your dreams are going to come to fruition. There is a reason you have wanted certain things, and it is because your future self already has it. So your inner soul right now, in the present, is yearning for what your future self already has, because there are certain things that are written in destiny. And I want to sit with that idea for a second, okay? Because it's genuinely a beautiful way to think about longing. The things you want most don't feel random, do they? They feel like something you're supposed to have. Like a memory of a future you haven't reached yet. And that ache Okay, the wanting it so much feeling isn't proof you'll never get it. It's the opposite. It's your present self feeling the pull of a future self who's already standing in it, reaching back to pull you forward. The Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands here is showing that you're going to see a lot of ones, okay, which shows you that yes, you are on track for all of your manifestations, your goals, your dreams, the things that you have wanted. You are on track for all of that. If you have wanted love in your life, or for a certain situation to work out, progress, and come together again, I am seeing here it is going to happen over the next 72 hours. And the Ace of Wands, okay, shows a hand reaching out of a cloud holding a single sprouting wand, fresh leaves falling from it, a castle on a hill in the distance. And it's the card of a brand new spark of raw creative fire, of the very first ignition of something that's going to grow into something big. And I love that it's an ace, okay? Because an ace is always a beginning, a seed, a first spark. It's the universe striking the match. What you do with the flame is the rest of the story. But the match is being struck for you right now. You will also see feathers, okay? When you see a feather or angel wings, it is a sign that your love life is coming together. And I want to say something about why feathers specifically, okay? Because it's a beautiful bit of symbolism. A feather is what's left when something with wings has been near. It's a trace of flight, a little proof that something able to rise passed through your space. So when one crosses your path over the next few days, okay, don't just step over it. Let it mean what the reading says it means, that the part of your life that's felt grounded, stuck, unable to lift off, your love life is getting its wings back, and something is coming that knows how to fly. Now I want you to write down these signs, okay? Write them down, because when you see these signs, it means that these areas of your life are coming together. So over the next 72 hours, you will see these signs. And I also feel here as well that over the next 72 hours, someone is going to compliment you, which means that in the future, your love life is just going to compliment you. Like your partner is going to compliment you, appreciate you, understand you. So write that down as well, okay? Your person is also going to compliment you in the future. And so the sign here is that over the next 72 hours, someone is going to give you a really nice compliment. They're going to tell you something about yourself that just makes you feel so, so good. And I want you to actually receive that compliment when it comes, okay, instead of deflecting it. Because a lot of people who've been down have gotten so used to brushing off kind words, arguing with them, assuming the person's just being polite. And if you do that, you'll miss the sign entirely. So when someone says the nice thing over the next few days, okay, just take it in. Let it land. Say thank you and let yourself believe it, because it's not just flattery. It's a message about the way you're going to be seen and cherished going forward. And it's a sign to not worry, okay? Basically, the next 72 hours are a sign to not worry about your future too much. I know that you're anxious. I know that you're stressed. I know that sometimes you think to yourself, are these things really going to happen? And let me tell you something. Yes, these things are absolutely going to happen. Just don't doubt it. Because the more you are doubting things, the more it is making you feel frustrated and overwhelmed and a little bit anxious and unsure about things. But actually, you don't need to be unsure, because let me tell you something. A huge miracle is literally going to take place once the 72 hours happen. And I want to be honest with you about doubt for a moment, okay? Because I know how loud it can get. Doubt feels like it's protecting you. It feels like if I don't get my hopes up, I can't be disappointed. And so a part of you keeps the hope small on purpose as a kind of armor. But here's the thing about that armor, okay? It doesn't actually stop the disappointment if things go wrong. All it does is steal the joy while things are going right. So I want you to try, just for these 72 hours, to lower the armor a little and let yourself believe that good things are actually allowed to happen to you. So over the next 72 hours, you're going to see a ton of signs. And there's also a sign here in regards to some kind of crown. It could be a flower crown, an actual crown, something to do with a crown. So that's something that I'm seeing. And it basically means here that you will have a lot of power, a lot of success, a lot of glory, a lot of fulfillment. Oh, look, another crown here as well. Okay. And I want to say something about the crown, okay? Because it's a specific and powerful symbol for someone who's been feeling low. A crown isn't just success, it's sovereignty. It's the symbol of someone who has stopped begging for a seat and realized they were royalty all along. So when you see it over the next few days, okay, a crown on a sign, a logo, a flower crown, anything, let it remind you that the era you're stepping into isn't one where you shrink to fit into other people's rooms. It's one where you take your power back and let people rise to meet you. And if you see butterflies over the next 72 hours, then I am seeing here that you're going through a transformation. So if you feel very lonely right now, in the future, you're going to have a lot of people around you. If you feel just very, very sort of like it's very dark and it's very miserable, you're going through a really hard time. Your future shows just a lot of happiness and a lot of positive change. So everything's getting better for you, basically. So if you see butterflies over the next 72 hours, huge, huge sign. Things are getting better for you. Things are transforming. And the butterfly, okay, is the perfect symbol for where you are because of what it actually goes through to become one. A butterfly isn't a caterpillar with wings added on. In the cocoon, the caterpillar completely dissolves, breaks down into something almost formless before it rebuilds into something that can fly. And I say that, okay, because the dark, dissolving, falling apart feeling you may have been in is not a sign you're broken. It's the cocoon. It's the messy, necessary in-between that every butterfly has to pass through before the wings. You weren't falling apart. You were rearranging into something that flies. Also, you will see a lot of black and white. Okay, black and white represents yin and yang. Over the next 72 hours, I feel like you are going to see a lot of black and white. Whether it's someone wearing black and white, the combination, whether it's the yin and yang symbol, you will see this. And it is basically explaining that everything becomes so much more harmonious for you. So I really feel here that all of these signs and symbols are gearing you up towards immense amounts of success and immense amounts of wealth and immense amounts of happiness that is just going to accelerate further and further your own personal growth, your own personal happiness, and your own personal joy. And I love that yin and yang came through, okay, because it's about balance returning. After a stretch where everything felt tilted, heavy on the dark, short on the light, the yin and yang is the universe telling you the two are coming back into balance, that the light side of the wheel is turning back up toward the top, where you can feel it again. And so if you're worried right now, if you're stressed right now, I just want you to know that when you see these signs over the next 72 hours, smile, because it is showing you that everything is going to come together. Now, I want you to claim this, okay? Comment down below the current date and time, save this video, and in 72 hours, come back and let me know which signs and which symbols you saw, because I'm telling you, you are going to see plenty of these. You are going to see so many of these. Okay, make sure that you also like the reading and you are subscribed to Moonveil Tarot. The law of energy exchange is so powerful, okay? Oh, also over the next 72 hours, some of these things will happen. For example, you may get a promotion or a job opportunity or unexpected money come your way. You may have a specific person reach out to you, talk to you, or even apologize to you. You may have a person actually compliment you, as in your person may actually compliment you over the next 72 hours. So some of these things will actually start happening for you, and you will see the signs as well, but it's also showing you that for a lot of the bigger goals that take a little bit more than 72 hours, those things are in place and those things are getting worked on and those things are happening for you. So don't worry, don't panic, and don't think that it's like never going to happen, because it will. And I want to slow down on that list for a second, okay? The promotion, the unexpected money, the person reaching out or apologizing, because I don't want it to wash over you as just a string of nice possibilities. Notice what they have in common, okay? Every one of them is a form of being valued. A promotion is your work being valued. Unexpected money is the universe valuing you with abundance. An apology is someone finally valuing what they did to you. A person reaching out is you being valued enough to be pursued. And I think that matters, okay? Because if you've been in a low season, the thing that quietly erodes is your sense of being valued at all. So this cluster of signs isn't random. It's a concentrated dose of exactly the thing the hard stretch took from you, arriving all at once to remind you what you're worth. The Four of Swords and the Queen of Cups. And so we also have here the Four of Swords, and we also have the Queen of Cups. This is powerful because it just goes to show here that yes, you've been feeling very emotional, very down lately. You may have been crying and just feeling very, very low. But things are absolutely getting better and so much stronger for you. Your life is getting stronger. Things are getting better. You are becoming stronger. And everything in your life is working out exactly the way that it is meant to be. Even if you don't feel like it is right now, everything is definitely getting better. And the Four of Swords, okay, shows a figure lying at rest, hands folded in peace, 3 swords on the wall above, and 1 resting beneath. And it's the card of rest, of recovery, of the pause you take to heal before you rise again. And the Queen of Cups beside it, okay, is the most emotionally deep, compassionate card in the deck. A woman gazing into a beautiful cup, fully in touch with her feelings. And together they're saying your sensitivity, the very depth of feeling that's made this hard season hurt so much, is not a weakness. It's the sign of a deep, powerful heart that's simply been in its resting, healing phase. And I want to speak directly to the crying, okay, the very down, very low feeling the reader named, because I don't want to rush past it to get to the good news. If you have been crying, lying awake, feeling that heavy lowness, I want you to know that wasn't weakness and it wasn't you failing to cope. The Four of Swords is literally the card of a body, okay, laid down to rest because it needs to. Not because it gave up, but because there's a kind of tired that only stillness can heal. And if you've been in that kind of tired, the reading is telling you the rest was doing its work, even when it just felt like being stuck. And the tears, okay, the Queen of Cups honors those too. She doesn't see crying as falling apart. She sees it as a deep heart doing exactly what deep hearts do, feeling things fully so they can move through instead of getting stuck inside. You weren't drowning. You were letting the water move, which is how it finally clears. And there is just so much more that is going to come your way that you will be genuinely shocked. The Hermit, especially with the Hermit, there's just a really powerful energy here of sort of like waiting around and sort of hoping that things get better or hoping that things improve. And it absolutely will. So I want you to know and not be so overwhelmed or not be so scared, because things are absolutely going to improve and get so much better. And there is going to be a lot more happiness than you have been dealing with, basically. So please don't panic. Please don't worry. Please don't stress. I know that sounds so much easier to say, but I know it's been feeling dark. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, okay? And the Hermit, okay, stands alone on a peak, holding up a lantern with a single glowing star inside it. And it's the card of the solitary stretch, the time spent alone, going inward, searching. But here's the thing everyone forgets about the Hermit, the lantern. He isn't just standing in the dark, he's holding a light, and a lantern is meant to lead you somewhere. So the lonely waiting stretch you've been in, okay, wasn't you being forgotten. It was the Hermit's walk, the inward part of the journey, and the lantern in your hand is about to lead you back out of the cave and into everything that's coming. The Page of Cups, and also with the Page of Cups here, lots of surprises will come. Honestly, unexpectedly. If you're like waiting around for things to happen, trust me, things don't happen when you're always waiting around, because the law of attraction works with detachment. And the Page of Cups, okay, shows a young figure holding a cup with a little fish popping out of it, looking surprised and delighted. And it's the card of unexpected emotional gifts, of sweet surprises, of a message or a moment that catches you happily off guard. So watch for that, the lovely thing you didn't see coming. And I want to name why surprises matter so much for you right now, okay? Because when you've been down for a while, you stop expecting good surprises. You brace for the bad ones and assume the good stuff, if it comes at all, will be something you had to fight for and see coming from a mile away. But the Page of Cups is promising a different kind, okay? The unearned, out of nowhere, made you smile before you could stop it kind. The text you didn't expect. The small kindness from a stranger. The moment that catches you off guard and reminds you that life can still surprise you gently. And that's a kind of healing all on its own, okay? Learning to expect good surprises again. Letting your guard down enough to be delighted. So over the next few days, stay just a little bit open, because the nicest things that are coming are the ones you won't be able to plan for. Make sure you're detached. Make sure you're just focusing on the things you can control. Focus on your day-to-day tasks, responsibilities, or your work, or the things that you've got going on. And boom, the things that you want will naturally come your way and come together for you. The more you're sitting and waiting for things to happen, you're overwhelmed, you're frustrated, certain things just are not happening. That is just going to make you feel worse. It's not going to help you. It's not going to make you feel better. So focus on the things that you can control. Focus on your own energy. Focus on the things that you love doing, and things are going to get better. Try not to focus too much on the things that you can't control, to the point where it controls your emotions, if that makes sense. And I want to give you the genuine mechanics of this, okay? Because it's some of the truest guidance in this whole reading, and it's easy to hear it as a cliche and miss how real it is. The worst thing you can do, okay, is sit there desperate for all the things you want and then get really frustrated that it's not happening, because you have to be able to let it go. The law of attraction means knowing what you want and being okay without it. How can you receive your goals and your dreams, okay, if you're literally holding on to them every 3 seconds? Think about it like ordering food. We have to let go of the order to actually get it. If we're at a restaurant, the waiter comes and takes the order. But if you're holding on to your order constantly, okay, and changing it, no, actually, I want this. No, actually, I want this. No, I actually want this. Or you send it off and then you're like, oh, but it's not here yet. It's not here yet. Oftentimes it just comes when you let go of it. And when I say oftentimes, okay, I mean like 100% of the time, it just comes to you when you're not even that bothered about it. And I want to name why that actually works, okay? Because it's not magic, it's a real thing. When you're gripping a desire with white knuckles, you're operating from a place of lack, from scarcity, from the feeling of not having it. And that feeling is exhausting and it colors everything you do. But when you set it down, okay, and you get busy living, focusing on what you love, tending to what's in front of you, you shift into a place of fullness. And a full, settled, busy living person is magnetic in a way a desperate, waiting one never is. Detachment isn't giving up. It's trusting enough to let go of the grip. Card 34, self-expression and spirituality. And let's see, does anything want to come out here? Okay, we have here number 34, self-expression and spirituality. You are free and ready to express yourself spiritually at the moment. So yes, focus on you, take care of yourself, and honestly, everything's coming together. The 3 to the 4 here means progress. It literally means progress. And I want to close the cards on that word, okay? Progress, because it's the perfect note to land on. Not perfection, not everything fixed overnight. Progress, the steady, real, one step after another kind that actually lasts. And the 3 to 4 movement, okay, is the movement out of instability and into foundation. 3 is creative, but a little scattered. 4 is stable, grounded, built to hold. So you're moving from the scattered, uncertain place into a solid, settled one. And that's exactly the direction the whole reading has been pointing. And before I close this out, I want to gather up what came through. Okay, the first, watch for your signs, loves. The 1s and 11 to 11. The feathers, the crown, the butterflies, the black and white. They're not decoration, they're confirmations, each one pointing at an area of your life that's quietly coming together. The second, the hard, dark season was the cocoon, not the ending. The 4 of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Hermit all showed rest, deep feeling, and a solitary stretch that was healing you, not forgetting you. The butterfly is proof. You were transforming the whole time. The 3rd, let go of the grip so it can arrive. The Page of Cups and the whole detachment teaching said it plainly. The things you want come when you stop clutching them and get busy living. Trust enough to loosen your hands and watch what lands in them. And I want to answer why this reached you now, okay, with this timing. Because you'd been anxious, doubting, wondering if the things you've prayed for were ever actually coming, and they are, okay. And you were meant to get the heads up a few days early so that when the signs start showing up, you don't dismiss them, you claim them. I don't pull the Ace of Wands, the 4 of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Hermit, the Page of Cups, and a progress card, all pointing at the same 72-hour turn by accident. This is already clear, okay? The Ace of Wands confirmed a brand new spark and being on track. The signs confirmed love, power, transformation, and harmony all coming together. The 4 of Swords and Queen of Cups confirmed the low, tearful season was rest and healing. The Hermit confirmed the lonely waiting had a lantern in it all along. The Page of Cups confirms sweet surprises you won't see coming. And card 34 confirms self-expression, spirituality, and steady progress. So let me lay this all out one final time, okay, slowly, so it actually settles. Your next 72 hours are a turning point, okay? And the signs are going to come thick and fast. The 1s, the feathers, the crown, the butterflies, the black and white. The worst is over. The tables have turned. And the low, dark stretch you've been in was never the end of your story. It was the cocoon you were quietly transforming inside of. And the things you've wanted are on track. Some arriving in these 72 hours, the bigger ones already in motion behind the scenes. And the surest way to let them land is to loosen your grip and get busy living the life you love. One message: you were never stuck. You were in the cocoon, and the next few days are your wings. So claim it, loves. Comment the date and time below, save this, and come back in 72 hours and tell me which signs you saw. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Moonveil Tarot and like this reading. I genuinely read every comment, even the ones I can't always reply to individually. Your story becomes part of the reason this reading keeps finding the next person who needs it too. Wherever you're watching this from, okay, I want you to actually feel this settle in before you go. You have spent this hard stretch, okay, wondering when it would break, wondering if the good things were ever going to reach you, wondering if maybe this heaviness was just going to be your life now. And it isn't. Okay, the signs are already on their way to you. Little confirmations scattered through the next few days, each one whispering the same thing. It's turning, it's turning. You made it through the dark part. So watch for them, okay? The number ones, the feather on the ground, the crown on a sign, the butterfly that lands too close to be random. And every time you catch one, let yourself smile, because it's the universe leaning in close to tell you your winning era has already begun. Take care of yourself. Bye, loves.